Ron Stewart here on the Q96.5 FM, and that's what I hope to be is forever young, man. The older I get, the younger I want to be. And I don't know where I'm going to come up with that magic elixir, but maybe it's by hanging around with the guy that I'm talking to right now, Jim Bellamy over at Northwest State Community College. Jimmy, welcome in this morning.
Hey, Jim, it's great to see you again. Hope you're doing well.
It's always great to see you. You know, the one thing that has been the most difficult this darn pandemic is you and me not being able to get out and do what we love to do the best, which is get out and do some football and basketball games. But hopefully that's going to change here shortly.
Yeah, it'll be weird doing them in the spring, but it's a good kind of weird. So, and I'm all about a good kind of weird. So I look forward to getting out and calling some spring football.
I am to the point right now where I think if they said be here in 25 minutes, I'd figure out a way to get there. How's that? I know it's an hour and a half drive, but I would get there in 25 minutes if I needed to. That's how pent up and cooped up I feel right now.
Even with the roads as icy as they are, we'll still get there in 25 minutes.
We would find a way. We would take the Kenny Reeker helicopter and get ourselves up to Albion,
Yep.
The Richer Productions helicopter to make this all work.
Yeah, where to land it when we get up there. I remember there isn't a whole lot of room, so we have to land it over on that sledding hill not too far from the basketball arena. Yep,
and then it's just a short jog in from there, Jim.
Yep, and if anybody can do a quick jog, it's you and I.
Yeah, that's it, man. Oh, gosh, yeah, okay. We wouldn't be able to talk for about 10 minutes. I'd be still gasping for air. Ooh, yeah, okay, but we would make it happen one way or another. Hey, speaking of football, you guys have a very exciting weekend. You normally are we allowed to say Super Bowl? Are we allowed to say that on the air, Super Bowl, I think?
I'm not sure if you're allowed to say Super Bowl or not on the air, or if you just have to call it the big game. I think we're just supposed to call it the big game.
There you go. So we won't call it Super Bowl anymore. We'll call it the big game. So that now I think you have to define that for people so that they understand what's going on. So if the FCC comes looking for me or the NFL comes looking for me, I'm going to plead ignorance. My folks they're soccer fans,
Exactly. And if you ask, what is the big game, your answer is, of course, going to be that it's the Super Bowl. So yeah. It's a proper noun. That's all it is.
That's all it is. I agree 100%. And so there you go. Come on at us. Bring all the attorneys you want, and I think we can wiggle off the hook because of that. But guys, Northwest State, normally during this weekend, you have a big event and bring people in, and it's always been a lot of fun. How are you going to deal with that this year with all the COVID?
Yeah, the event you're talking about is NSCC Bowl Sunday. That's coming up this Sunday at 2 p.m. And the last couple of years, we've held the event in the H wing of our campus, and we've invited a lot of people onto campus. And basically the event takes you through the whole process of how to become a college student. And this year, because of an abundance of caution with COVID, we've decided to hold the event as a virtual event. So we're doing it by Zoom, and we're going to give you the same great information that we did before. And really it's taking you through the process of becoming a college student with information about admissions, financial aid, advising, transfer if you want to go to a 4-year school after, internships and workforce development. So really start to finish, everything you need to know on how to become a college student. We're going to jam pack an event that starts at 2 p.m. and we're still going to give you the same great info, but it's going to be interactive. So it isn't just going to be a bunch of people talking to you and you just sitting there kind of quietly watching on Zoom. This is going to be more interactive, where we're going to be actively listening to the audience and kind of finding out what things are important to them. So, there will be some Kahoots, there will be some polls, and then also if people are looking for specific pieces of information, we can either answer those questions right there on the spot or maybe create a breakout room on Zoom where they can go talk one-on-one with the person who can help kind of walk them through that process. So it's going to be a really good event, and it's really important. So whether you're 17, 18, you're a junior, senior in high school, or maybe you're in your 30s or your 40s and you're looking for a change in career, or you're looking to kind of upskill and get a raise at your current position, whatever your life situation is and whatever your plan is, this event is going to be a great event for you.
Man, I'll tell you what. And if anybody can pull it off, you guys can.
Yeah, we've gotten pretty good at these virtual events. the landscape has changed a little bit. We have our open house once a year, Discover Northwest State Day. We have this event, Bowl Sunday. We've done commencements that have been virtual, that have been very well received. Our scholarship night, our scholarship awards night was done virtually, kind of on the fly, and they knocked that out of the park too. So, you're not going to lose any quality by doing a virtual event. You're going to get the same great information. It's going to be carried out a little bit different way. But the nice thing is, if you have weather like today, where the roads are slick, schools were closed, and you're feeling a little bit iffy about getting in the car and driving out to Northwest State's campus, well, then, you can sit in your comfies and you don't have to worry about hopping in the car and braving the elements. So regardless of what the weather is this weekend, the event's going to go on. There's no 2-hour delay at Bowl Sunday, and you don't have to worry about braving the road. So, the event's going to be a fantastic one, and you can do it for the comfort of your home, which is pretty cool.
Wow. And you're going to have all of the Northwest State participants that are normally there at the school for this event waiting ready on the Zoom mobile.
Yep, absolutely. You're going to have a lot of people from the C wing, and that's our student services wing. So everybody from admissions, financial aid, the advising center, they're all going to be helping you with information about, how do I apply at school? How do I get my finances lined up? What scholarship opportunities exist? And then the advising center basically is working with you to figure out what is your plan? How do I stick to the plan? And how do I complete the plan? And that's where they excel the most. Transfer opportunities through the advising center too, with our bachelor's bound pathway. You can take 2 years here at the school and save thousands on tuition, and then still transfer those credits to any college or university that you want to go to. And they'll work with you ahead of time to make sure that the classes you're taking are the right ones to take. I speak from personal experience with that with my oldest daughter. She wants to transfer out eventually, and the classes that she was interested in taking, they sat down with her in the advising center first and made sure that these were on a track that would transfer over to that school. So, I know firsthand the work that they do and how effective it is. And then, internships and workforce development, Brad Gear over there does a fantastic job with internships, and make sure that if you're interested in doing some work study, earning some extra money, and getting kind of a leg up on some other students who might be competing for those jobs in the future, you can get plugged into some great companies around our area now and do some internships and, workforce development and things like that. And, become a part of that workforce culture while you're still studying. So when you go in as an applicant, you've already had experience working at some places, and the HR people know you, the supervisors know you, the culture, the coworkers know you, and they know what quality worker you are and the aptitudes and skills that you have. So, students need to take advantage of programs like that where you can earn a little extra while you study. And then frankly, if it's a place where you want to work when you're out of school, they already know you. They know how good you are, a quality worker you are. They know you're diligent, you show up on time, you do a great job. So it's a no-brainer to hire you. So, it's certainly not a guarantee, but, it certainly gives you, like I said, a leg up on other applicants that might be coming in looking for work.
You know what? And Brad does such a wonderful job with that program. But you hit on, I think, a critical point, because anybody that takes the time to spend 2 years, 4 years, whatever it might be at a college like yours, or that goes to OU or any place else, the one real daunting task that you have when you come out after those years is, how do I get a job? I spent a bunch of money, and I'm a pretty intelligent fella right now, or a young lady right now, and I need to now find a place to go to work. And oftentimes that becomes the most difficult part of the 2 to 4 years that you put in.
Absolutely. And the most important thing is, and anybody who's going to school with their parents or working kind of with them along the way, parents are going to be reminding you every step of the way that are you going to be able to find a job in the area that you're studying right now in school? That's one of the biggest things. And so, especially at a technical place like Northwest State, you're studying certain programs, and Brad with his internship program, will do his best to connect you to employers who are looking for or in the need of people who are studying the things that you're studying. So it's the best way, early on in your college career, to apply what you're learning in the classroom to the workforce and see, I guess, number one, is this really what I want to do?
Mm-hmm.
And answer that question. And if it's a definite yes, then you say, okay, now I'm applying what I'm learning in the textbook, and I'm basically having a tryout at a place where I would love to work, making pretty good money, a family sustaining wage. And so if you want to put your money where your mouth is at a place like Northwest State, internships are a great way to do that, because this is what I'm studying, and I can go and I can work in an internship, most likely at a place that helps me apply what I'm learning right now. And as soon as I'm done with school, or maybe even before I'm done, I'm working at a place that is directly applicable to all the stuff that I've been hitting the books on. So it's helping pay for my education. And if you really get lucky, there are a lot of employers out there who do tuition reimbursement programs. So if you connect with the right employer, it's very possible that your employer is going to say, hey, I want you to get upskilled in these areas. I want you to go to school while you work here, and we're going to foot the bill for it. We're going to pay all or part of it. And so you may very well graduate with little to no student debt, already have a good job lined up, making good money. And then when you're done with your studies, whether it's a short-term certificate, 12 weeks or whatever, or it's a couple years, you're going to end up probably making more money than you started with, and again, with little to no college debt. So I can't stress enough how important programs like that are at any school, and especially at a place like Northwest State.
If somebody wants to be part of the weekend get-together that you have, the Bowl Sunday, do they have to pre-register? Do they have to do anything before Sunday to be part of this event?
You do not, but we're asking that people do, and I'll tell you why. You can go to northweststate.edu/events and click on the Bowl Sunday icon. There is a registration link. Anybody who registers ahead of time gets put in the hopper for some NSCC prizes. So there's incentive there to register ahead of time. But you can go the day of, and you can also click the Join Zoom. There's a Join Zoom link on the Bowl Sunday page as well. So Sunday at 2 o'clock sharp, probably even I'd recommend get there 5 minutes ahead of time. Click that Join Zoom link to make sure everything's working good for you. And definitely register ahead of time, because like I said, not only does it get you locked into the event, but it also puts you in a drawing for some good prizes. So, it definitely does not hurt to register ahead of time, and we're strongly encouraging people to do that.
Yeah. And again, one more time for anybody that's out there, who would be the most likely candidate that would benefit from what you're going to do at 2 o'clock on Sunday?
Love the question. And the answer is kind of varied. If you are a high school junior or senior and you're thinking about what my next steps are, this is a perfect event for you. If you're somebody in your 30s or 40s and you're thinking about, I'm looking for a change in career, or I've kind of plateaued where I work and I know I need more training and education in order to get a promotion and get a little bit more on my paycheck, this event's for you. So really, this event is for anybody who's thinking about college, regardless of what your age is. So 17, 18, all the way up to 35, 45 years old. And that's the beauty of a school like Northwest State, is we are appealing to a couple different groups of students. That's why our average age is 28, 29 years old. So this event is perfect for anybody, regardless of age, who is considering going to college but doesn't know how to get started. That's what this event will help you do.
Yeah, I did. 28 years old. I've got socks older than that, Jimmy. I got socks older. So even an old guy like me that is sitting here wearing these 28-year-old socks could still get up there and benefit from the event you're having this Sunday.
Absolutely. Yep. This will answer those questions. And, the adult learner kind of has, some obstacles to overcome. Maybe it's been 15 years since they've been in a school setting, and that can be a little bit intimidating. So, They're going to want to make sure that they get all their questions answered, but also, how is this transition taking place? Help me ease into this and help me get reassured that this is going to work out. And so that's why in education at Northwest State is so important, regardless of your age as a student, because like I talked about with the internships, a lot of these programs that we have, you can directly apply what you're learning in the classroom to the workplace. And a lot of our students are balancing work and studies anyway. So, these two kind of work hand in hand. And with the relationships we have with employers all throughout the area, they're looking for our graduates. They really are. So, in terms of finding a job and being able to apply what you learn and get a decent paycheck, a family sustaining wage, Northwest State is a great place to go to do that. So yeah, I'd invite you and your 28-year-old socks. And in fact, if you want, Jim, I'll even take you shopping and I'll buy you a couple new pairs of socks.
But I like the ones that I've got right now, Jim. I mean, they match my eyes.
So see, now you're going for style points now. If you're trying to you're trying to accentuate your look there by matching your socks to your eyes. I appreciate that. That's some next level styling right there.
Oh, goodness, man. It's always a fun event. It happens every year. This year, we're going to do it virtually. Jim, for anybody that's looking for more information, how do they find out about it?
Go to northweststate.edu/events or call our admissions team today at 419-267-1320.
All right, and it is a Super Bowl Sunday coming up here. Do you like the two teams that are going to be in the Super Bowl? That's not actually this weekend; it's the next weekend. But do you like those two teams, and who's your favorite between those two?
Short answer to the first question: no.
For anybody who doesn't know, Jim is a New England Patriots fan. How's that?
Yeah, so no. But the second question, sentimentality leads me to want to root for TB12 and Gronk to bring another one home. It's unheard of for one quarterback to get to 10 Super Bowls. So if I'm going to see somebody win that game, the sentimental fella in me wants the Tampa Bay Bucks to pull one off at home. First team to host a Super Bowl game, and hopefully they'll be the first one to win in their home stadium.
There you go. You can put your Tom Brady New England Patriots jersey on, okay, and vicariously, win along with your old guy. How many more years for Brady, do you think? How many more years does he have in him?
2.
2? And how many for Gronk? Gronk going to be there for both of them too?
Sure. Why not? He came out of retirement. He left a cushy job with the WWE.
Yeah.
To go play with, and he only wants to play with Tom Brady. So I think he hitched his wagon to Tom, and when one goes, the other follows. So that's my guess. That I think his body held up pretty good this year. I don't think he had too many injuries. Gronk didn't. Part of that's because Tampa Bay really is blessed with some seriously good receivers. So he didn't have to put his body through as much of the pounding as he normally does. So I'd say when one leaves, the other goes with him.
There you go. Jim Bellamy, Northwest State Community College. Keep doing all the great work that you do over there, and I can't wait to be doing some football again, Jimmy.
Same here. It's going to be here before we know it.
Thank goodness. That's the good news. It's 27 after 11 o'clock. If you need any more information, head on up to the Northwest State Community College website, and they will lead you right to where you need to be. You can pre-register. Everything will be a wonderful, wonderful Sunday afternoon. You'll get a lot out of it. Jim, thank you for your time, buddy.
Thank you.